Welcome to Level 1 Restoration Behind the Scenes. We're here today with a 70.5 Z28. So this car just came to us within the last week or so, and basically it's here for an assessment. So we're either gonna do one or two things with it. Either we're gonna fluff it a little bit and my customer will keep this car, or maybe we will move on to another one. And this is a wonderful car. It's got the bones, its body is in really good condition. It has its engine, complete drivetrain. It has paperwork. It has an original window sticker and some other dealer paperwork that came with this car. So from that aspect, this car is really good. The thing that I need to determine is where it fits in my customer's collection. So it's probably way too nice to do a lot of restoration work to, because it just wouldn't make sense. So what I will determine with this car is if we make it as nice as we can as is, or if maybe we sell this car and then go buy the best one that we can find in the world, which would be less expensive than doing more restoration work to this car on top of the price we paid for the car. So these are the kind of things that most of my customers will trust me with, these decision-making processes. We couldn't pass the car up because it's so rare to find one with numbers matching paperwork and a body that wasn't all pieced back together and rusted out at one time. So this is good on all of those accounts. So, and if you don't know all about a 70.5 Z28, and it's a rally sport on top of all of those things, it's a really cool car. 67, 8, and 9 Z28s were definitely more race bred, especially in 67. In 69, you could always get a rally sport on a Z28, but people bought them kind of more as a street car, and they sold quite a lot of 69 Z28s. In 70, I believe it was, I think it was 8,000 and some 70.5 Z28s, and they kind of grew up into more of a street car versus the primary focus on racing. So instead of a 302, this one has the LT1 350. That's a 360 horsepower engine. They made 380 foot-pounds of torque. It's a really great street car. So it was kind of more like what they had been doing with the 400 Firebird or a Trans Am. It didn't have a legal Trans Am racing displacement anymore, but they could sell a lot more of them, and it was a cooler car and a faster car on the street. So a really neat car. All manual transmissions in these cars, all 12-bolt rear end, 411 or 410 gear, whichever they called out, and really cool street car these Z28s were. So really like a 70. This is an earlier car. They have the thin little spoiler on the back, and kind of an interesting, fun little piece here. Chevy really wanted to use the Pontiac spoiler. This was in a recent book, a Firebird book, I think, that came out, and they kind of battled a little bit over that rear spoiler thing. So they were going to just take that spoiler from the Trans Am and use it on a Camaro, and Pontiac objected. They had designed it and owned it. I mean, it was their unit. And apparently the story goes something like the supplier called out Pontiac and said, wow, how come you doubled your order on spoilers, something along those lines? And they're like, we didn't. What are you talking about? Well, it turns out Chevy was just going to do it anyway. And they had a little bit of a struggle over that. And ultimately, Chevy used the middle part of the Pontiac spoiler and designed their own ends, which made Pontiac happy, I guess. But either way, it was fun when they competed back then. And this is a great example of a 70.5 Z28. And we'll either make it the best we can make it, or maybe we'll move it down the road and find another one, which won't be an easy task, to one-up this one as far as condition and paperwork and drivetrain goes. But we'll see, and I'll make that determination. And if we move on to another one, we'll bring it out here to you and show you what we did. Anyway, hey, thanks for watching Level 1 Restoration behind the scenes. We really appreciate the likes and the comments and all that good stuff, so thanks for watching.